Hello everyone. I'm the Laodang Deluxe Edition Hyper SE. Then there's another combination where keycaps are more expensive than the keyboard. I brought my client to the client, and this client just started with a new need. You don't want the screen, choose buttons, and want white. These are the initial 3 needs. And as much as possible, these are the 4 needs. After much deliberation, I finally chose Hyper SE. As for Hyper CC, its package price seems to be $359,359, still $339. Anyway, there's a bit of a discount on the old lamp side. But the price for this unit itself is too cheap. The boss's labor fee is $200. I originally wanted to persuade this client to go, so I introduced this client to another group leader. But the client kept saying one thing after another. I'm going to use this Shanghai Home Ice Litter hat trimming. The old owner took on the order. So what is the modification plan for this keyboard? I'll list the details here for you. We can order a single listen for reference. The overall modification cost is $17.15, and this one is $17.15. It really is a grand renovation. How should I put it? It really depends on the individual. It all comes down to personal preference. If you have a clear need and your wallet is quite thick, then just do whatever you like. This includes the keycaps, which actually have a very high retention rate. Moreover, the Ice Fierce pattern keycaps are the ones Laodang especially recommends. Also, I don't recommend the regular keycaps. The standard shoulder sail usually lasts about half a year. After just 1 year, that matte finish appears. Its gloss isn't as even, and the regular shoulder sail, that's a brand new state. Its sheen was also full of pits. Personally, I don't really like that kind of view. But the top of this ice crack pattern sword cap is a thick layer. With this gloss, the gloss is much more even, and to the naked eye, it really looks like that. The quality of the artwork is visible to the naked eye. I haven't even brought a macro lens yet. When will I bring one? Everyone take a macro shot of this shoulder. You can take a look at its internal structure. Then here's the outfit. Let's come down and inspect the goods again. Now, the cause is the state of building noise and visions. It's just that expensive, and modifying such a keyboard, you definitely need to find a proper technique, and everyone will be very clean. Then the sound and tactile feel are always comfortable. The grate is naturally empty. Alright, that's pretty much the kind of performance you get. Finally, I want to mention a very important point before this round. It's the Shoryuan because this customer bought the Shoryuan V1 Axis. Then last month, or the month before last, Old Lamp also bought a batch of Shoryuan V1 switches. But the V1 Axis clearly performs much better than this V1 Axle. Let me show you the sand feel formed at an extreme distance. With this limited discipline, the recording should be very clear. Then typing distance. I can hear the rustling sound. For this, I might define it as something that is not a single axis or 2-axis type. 2 reels are just typing distance, and I can hear the rustling sound. But actually, when it comes to Shashayan, how should I put it? Preferences are not the same. Some people just like that rusty feel. I just like that rustling sound. So as long as you like it, that's all that matters. Personally, I prefer the very clean sound of the Old Lamp. Then it concentrates cleanly and cleanly, creating a smooth, oily feel. You can't just say it's slippery. If it's smooth, it feels less like a resistance or resistance. Maybe I used a bit too much of the pink tape. And the foot doesn't feel too greasy, and I like that feel. So it's the opposite of this axis. But another reason is that both batches of manual lubrication V1 shafts are used. This batch has obviously much worse hand luster performance. After applying a batch, the feel and sound of his hand are much better than this one. What is the reason for this? What is the point of explaining this reason? That is, if everyone often plays with some keyboards themselves. For example, if you lubricate the switch yourself at high frequencies, there are many shafts. So I really recommend everyone buy a set of lubrication tools themselves. Paired with Sense 3204, then added a set of dry cat oil, then add a set of runting pens, and just a few brushes will be done. In fact, the cost is very low. So what are the benefits of moisturizing yourself? What kind of lubricating method is used? And then, how much to lubricate in each place is entirely up to you. He is 100% certain of something. But let's look for a dye run. Who is it? Moist? Are you an experienced user or a beginner? And what kind of lubricant do you use? And how did you apply it? How much has been profited in each place? Completely unknown. Completely unknown. Even old lamps used to have some run in the early days. Because during that period, old Deng himself didn't want to run that thing. How can I put it that way? The busiest time is when I find the same shop. And it's a store with very high sales, and the first few batches are pretty good. Then suddenly some batches weren't good, and then a few batches were pretty good. Suddenly there was a batch but it wasn't good. Its quality was very unstable. If you really want to play on your own, how should you really consider it? Buying a set of tools yourself doesn't cost much. After a whole set, it might be around 100 yuan, but not even 100 yuan. A few dozen yuan is worth it. And then, you can confidently see how much you can apply it. This is the lubrication section. Now, let's talk about Hyper SE for the rest. That's exactly what I like most about Hyper SE. As far as I remember, the first aluminum head of the old lamp was Hyper SE. Then there's the anode red one, which I especially like. The knob and the rotary will give it that keybox-like feeling. Then all the spinning wheels I've handled. This one is my personal favorite. The pressure is also good. And the stability, including its sense of scale, is very comfortable to use. Then there are two functions. One is volume adjustment. One touch mute. One is to adjust the lighting effects. Then turn off the lights. These are its two functions. The other workmanship is fine. It's also a great way to balance value for money. Now it's cheaper. From what I remember, in the early days it probably sold for around 400 or 500 yuan. Now it's over 300. Then prices in the second-hand market also dropped. The earliest old lamps were bought at a premium when buying Hyper SE or Hyper SE. It's like wanting to buy old lamps on Shenyu, where you have to pay extra to get them. The old lamp seems to have no markup. It seems I bought it at the original price. This is this keyboard. Then I guess the official team is probably going to revamp it as well. It also needs a redesign, because I haven't restocked for a long time. I hope the official team won't dig any holes anymore. Never drill holes anymore. This High 75C and the High 98C and the High 98C really aren't very well modified. It's far worse than before. Alright. Now we've finished modifying this keyboard. Let's chat a bit. See you in the next video.